Welcome everyone to a beginner's guide to Europa Universalis 4 in 2021. I'm making this guide because the newest patch, Leviathan, has finally become stable enough to make a series, and also it's the Steam summer sale right now, so it's a great time to get a great game at a bargain price. So let's get started, shall we? Click single player, since this is a single player beginner's guide, and we're greeted to this country screen. So, EU4 is about the early modern era, from the Renaissance to the fall of Napoleon. We're going to see the rise of gunpowder and technology and the decline of religion, and also colonialism, the colonization of the New World, and ventures into the Indies, India and the East Indies. So let's get started, shall we? So you can choose any country on the map, but I recommend 100% that all new players should play the Ottomans. The Ottomans are the most consistent nation in the world because of their natural bonuses and the fact that they could just right out of the gate start conquering the world. All other countries, they have to have a bit of luck involved and they have to build up their armies, but the Ottomans, the starting date of 1444 is basically already on the warpath. Like, they've raised their armies and they're raring to go and they can start playing EU4 immediately. So that's why I recommend Ottomans as everybody's starting nation. So let's get to it, shall we? Click play. Normal mode and Iron Man mode. So Iron Man mode is one save and achievements. It's not that different from normal mode because any mistake that you make is recoverable. And honestly, playing on Iron Man mode is a good learning experience because it forces you to live with your mistakes, and it's not that difficult to recover from them. So you can recover and know when things are getting good or getting bad or how to recover. I need to make saves, so I'm gonna play on normal mode. So while we're loading up here, if you have anything to contribute to this beginner series, just leave a comment down below. I do read your comments, each and every one, and I will reply to them, so you can be assured that your words are being read and listened to. So leave a comment if you have anything to say. I guess you could also leave the likes and ring the bell and subscribe as well if you'd like. So now that we've finally loaded in and we can stop with the advertisement, we're going to see all the GUI stuff, the minimap, the numbers, and this big blurb. This big blurb is a bunch of extra stuff you can read, but it generally does not have anything positive to say for your gameplay experience. It's unnecessary. So read it if you like, but otherwise you can just close it. So before we actually get started here and pressing the buttons, I'd like to talk about what EU4 is about. EU4, because it's in an era of rapid technological advancement and colonialism, and some countries are just going to be really, really powerful, can be boiled down into one word, and that word is blobbing. So like the movie The Blob, countries will eat their smaller neighbors and then get bigger and more powerful to eat their bigger neighbors and then eat the world. And that is for one simple fact, or three simple facts. One is that after you conquer some territory and kill off the few rebels of unrest, it's going to be really stable basically forever. And you could just not leave a garrison around because it's that stable. So anything you eat will stay digested. And once you digest it, like every single province produces money and manpower for you. So everything you eat is a net positive to you. And three is that because of technology and how it gives you such an advantage in this age of rapid technological advancement, it means that if you are like one technology ahead of your neighbors, all your neighbors basically become super weak and easy to conquer, and you can beat them even when outnumbered. And for places that historically have a bit slower technological development than Europe during this period, like India and America, that means that if a technologically advanced country can easily eat up those parts of the world, and then that fuels their technologically advanced nation. So you could basically blob infinitely, but there's a sort of natural way of blobbing. It's not mindless blobbing. It's historical blobbing. And this means that certain parts of the world are just the natural goals of our country. So the Ottomans, because they're going to conquer Byzantium and basically pretend to be the successors of Rome, will have natural claims on the Eastern Roman Empire in Anatolia, Syria, Iraq, and Egypt. And these places, because of how trade works in this game, are basically going to funnel all their value towards Constantinople, or Istanbul, soon to be. And as a set, these areas are just going to provide so much value to us. And that's true for every country in the region. Because of the geographic aspects and like a bit of the historical, cultural aspects and religious aspects of the nations, these countries are just going to blob into their natural shapes. Like there's going to be a North Germany country, a Poland, Lithuania country here. Russia is going to be all over here. And Ottomans are going to be all over the Middle East. And that's just going to be because of how the culture and the religion systems and the trade systems, and not the least of the mission system that just gives us free claims over the country. And once we get these areas, as a set, they do really, really well. And this is true for Spain, France, and Russia as well. So, with that out of the way, all of the systems will go towards blobbing. And so the catchphrase for this series will be, let's get blobbing. And for that reason, our first episode is going to be part 1. How to set up your country for blobbing before you even unpause the game. So, see you in that episode, and don't forget, let's get blobbing.